Units, is that linear mile or kilometer?
It's
Lane miles.
lane
Lane
mile.
mile. Okay.
Hopefully it is now.
Well, if we,
Lane miles.
there you go. Well, again, we're not gonna get a lot of discussion tonight on this,
Tonight,
but
but
we
yeah.
need to start, if we have to go to the legislature, then we need to talk to our senator and our state rep to start this discussion, and I'm sure we're not the only people that are having this situation.
No, especially not when you're seeing what contractors.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you look at this one contractor, they're paying $7,800, they can pay $7,800 per lane mile. And ours is way, way less than that.
Yeah, it is.
And who's, the burden's on the town of Waldorf to take care of the roads.
It is, and he feels the frustration, but again, it would take an act of the legislature, so. And he's more than welcome to come down and do a presentation to you too, maybe have this same conversation and have, the conversation about salt priority
Mhm.
too, the same night, but he's more than welcome to come, we just have to ask him. He was extremely helpful, he's been with them. He remembered stuff that John Daigle remembered, like taking over of Old Route 1.
Wow.
So,
Go ahead.
Is that presentation something that would be open to the public?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, it'd be one of our meetings.
okay. Because I see so much feed of people complaining about roads, and my house happens to sit like across the field in the town garage, so I see them there, and I'll comment, they're out, people, I see them filling their trucks for money.
so the one thing that has made, and it's very funny, we've had comments like, we haven't seen a plow, and then a neighbor will post how many times from their chime
Yeah.
that, or their ring, how many times the plow went by, because they don't hear them and they don't see them, and it happens, and
Yeah.
people think like, they don't realize there's 200 miles of roads, they don't realize that there's 8 routes, and they take a few hours each, so I think by and large, people have gotten better, because we try to keep them better informed, but yes.
Well, and it's like that theory too, they're not, I mean, salt is wonderful, but they don't see it, so they don't know what went down by
They
their
don't.
house. If they don't see a plow, and they don't see the dirt, they don't think anything's been done.
And we had that issue
frustrating.
from whence I came, we had that issue when we went salt priority, that we actually had bought salt that had dye in it, so that
So
people could
see it,
see.
yes, yes.
Like, it wasn't clear, it was like, oh, there's something on the
Yeah.
road. So I wanted to make sure you guys knew I was working on it, and that was
I
my
just wanted to get my blood pressure going.
first step. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure that was well healed, so that, it didn't pop. That's all I have.
That's all you have?
Yep.
Okay. How about a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Favor? New business, 10.1. Discuss the insulation above the fire station.
Kate's favorite
Kate.
subject.
Yay. Come over here because I know that you cannot hear on there if somebody isn't standing right here. We have an open community action grant from GOPIF, the Governor's Office of Innovation in the Future, now under MOCA, that paid for the updating of the lights, half of it, and then we have $48,000 left to update the insulation above the fire station. This grant was done in the spring of 2025. And it's taken me this long to get some folks to respond, but we do have 3 proposals. So my ask to the select board is, hopefully you got the proposals before, but we need to approve one of these proposals for someone to actually do the work. We have until May to use the money from the grant, and we can ask for an extension, but we can't apply for a new grant until we've used up our old grant. And we would like to apply for a new grant, hopefully for work with Nobleboro on the Duck Puddle culvert. So I wanna put a closure on this grant.
What was our leftover fund you said?
It's $48,800.
If you'll recall, this was what we started when we had the heat analysis done, the heating analysis done. Before we put in the heat pumps, and that was one of the major losses was in the fire department heat loss.
Am I missing something on this first one? I don't have a.
Which one was that? The Matra?
Oh, it's on the back, it's on the back, I'm sorry. I see it. Yep. Well, I can certainly see of the three, I can certainly see why the one is real high because they're talking spray foam. They're talking closed cell spray foam in the pit, which
John Daigle did not recommend that.
the weight would be my concern.
That's what he was.
For the trusses and having the extra weight up there. Questions from the board? Thought?
One of the Northeast insulation, makes a reference to, is it? No, I'm sorry, I'm gonna check that. It's, Insulation Systems of Maine. It says foil-faced fire-resistant foam board.
Mhm.
There are all sorts of classifications of fire resistance, class A, class B. And I noticed cellulose, is that borate treatment? Is that to render it fireproof?
Fireproof, yeah.
I just don't know enough technically as to, well, it would be kind of embarrassing if we had a fire in the insulation in the fire department. Can we get some clarification on these proposals as to, what their fire rating is? And NFPA has all sorts of stuff on it, and maybe Mark, you could take a look at it. You're probably more familiar with it than I am.
You can have Mark take a look at them.
Yeah.
I've been up in that act a few times, just trying to picture that, they will have the room to do that. Foam board underneath, and they're gonna blow in above that, it looks like. That's insulation systems.
Yes. Is this the one that John Insulation Systems?
He looked it over. Yeah. and he
Did he
said
have a recommendation for?
he hasn't looked at the other two.
Okay.
I never got to send them to him, so. He said, they were fine. He was fine with what they had proposed.
Because it's very similar to what he had proposed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he was going to use, when he had thought about it, he wasn't going to use, the blown one, he was going to use bats. John had suggested they use bats. Not the blown in, but actual. His concern was if you go to do something up there and you have blown in, it could,
Yeah, you're disturbing it.
you're disturbing it, whereas if you had. I guess I call them bats, I don't know.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, bad.
That might be better,
I can certainly see that being a lot easier to put back together the right way
yes.
versus accidentally messing up your work.
Because that's one of the things that has happened over there is there's been work done and then it's not fixed.
The one thing about Insulation Systems of Maine is he did propose removing the drop ceiling and changing it, and that cost is not included in this proposal.
How much is that cost?
Don't know what that.
I'd like to get that data if they're gonna do it.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna use them for that.
And it seems to me, so Northeast Installation Services, if I'm reading this right, it's 132K. So in my mind, it would be down to Installation Systems of Maine and Matra. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Northeast Installations talking about spray foam and
Right.
the weight. I'd have concern with weight up there,
Yeah.
extra weight on those trusses.
That makes sense.
They're not anyway.
So, like you guys suggested, I'd love to get Mark's input. If John Daigle had more to say about it, I'd be interested in that.
I was hoping he was gonna be at the next meeting, so.
Is it reasonable to hope that we could vote on this at the next meeting?
Yeah, I'll get you that information.
And just get the information on that. They're gonna replace all the tiles, redo the whole.
We wanted everything. with-
Good.
It makes sense while they're in there kicking around.
Thank you. I'm next on the agenda, so I'm just gonna stand here.
Next 10.2, the Community Resilience Partnership. Kate's gonna talk about that as well.
So, related to this grant, every 3 years, we need to re-up our enrollment in the Community Resiliency Partnership. That involves, it's pretty easy. It involves the self-evaluation, which, you've gotten, and the list of community actions updated, which is a table spreadsheet. So it's sending them those two things that basically says what we've done, what we're planning to do, any progress we've made in terms of making the town of Waldeboro more resilient. And then sending that onto the state with their application form, and they will re-enroll us in the program. So just asking if we could send those two forms off to the state to re-enroll in the Community Resiliency Partnership.
I read those just before the meeting and it looked like a good job.
Max has done a lot.
You make that a motion to forward it,
You make a motion?
I'll second.
discussion? Favor?
Excellent, thank you.
10.3. Update on the trash receptacle for Pine Street Landing. I will talk about that real quick. Our Public Works Director actually was watching the last meeting. And before I meet out the door, he was contacting me and he's gonna get on it. The concern is these trash cans end up in the river and, but they're gonna order a special trash can and get it chained down and we'll try it again. As far as the smoking butt cans, well, technically, you're not supposed to be smoking on town property, so.
The only change to that would be, that the transfer station has a vehicle available to them. They'll be emptying the cans.
Good idea. And they're gonna do downtown as well?
Yes.
Great, good to know.
Mhm.
New procedure. Now, if they have a vehicle.
They have a
You gonna do a
vehicle.
dance?
The only issue too is that, it sounds good in theory. The experience before, there's a reason that's not there anymore, but, any trash that's left outside, the birds like to get into. So that has to have, and from what I understand, there's volunteers who are going to be,
They talked about it in the last meeting, so we'll see.
so we'll see how it goes.
Oh.
Any,
We believe in you.
Get out.
10.4, road names for Back Cove.
That would be me.
That came up again. That's come up again.
It's back again.
Oh, yeah.
Have a nice night.
Back by popular demand. We'll actually have 3 of them.
Three names?
For Backhoe Road.
No, we have 3 new roads proposed.
Good night.
Really.
Yeah, and that Christmas tree one, everybody seemed to love that. I haven't heard one person that said something even remotely negative about that. So. All right, so the three roads we have, again, this is all due to language in Article 9 as far as private roads. When once we get 3 residential structures off from one driveway, by default, it has to become a road. If not, there's language in here that basically says I can't write any permits. So if somebody even wanted a deck, I can't write a permit because they're in violation of that. So that's how we get to this point. The first one is basically, and I've got that information in here. It is basically a driveway. It's off from R9. It's lots 37A, 37C, 33A, and 33-1. And we did get one proposal for that. It's in the vicinity of 1222 Back Cove Road. And the only proposal that I did have was Back River Lane or Back River Way. That was the only suggestion. I have not heard anything back from anyone else. So my suggestion is pick one of the two.
I recommend Back River Lane. That's my suggestion.
Not for me.
I think Back River Lane has a nice, flows off your tongue better than Way.
Yeah.
Motion to set Back River Lane,
Like that motion.
I'll second it.
in favor?
All right, second one is, again, this one is R9 lots 45A, 45B, 45, and 46. The one suggestion we've had from that one is East Back Cove Road. And by doing the east in the name, it is allowed through the E911 system. There's certain restrictions that come about. You can't have the same name and a different, you know,
Road, Boulevard, Avenue.
exactly of that nature. It can't, because they're considered two separate things when they're making roads up.
And
they
this
have
was
to be,
acceptable to them.
that's
It was
That was the
acceptable
most
as it was
successful-
going to get.
exactly. Thank you for, that's probably the best way to put
Is
that.
this road indeed east of Back Cove Road?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I honestly don't.
Yeah,
John?
it is.
Is
It
it?
is, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's
So-
actually east of it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're driving east, when you turn on that road, you're driving east.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
All in favor? There you go.
All right. The last one that we have is basically, it came in by request. I had somebody actually send, called me up and talked to me about that. There's a new solar farm on Manktown Road. I think probably you guys are familiar with that one. So the owner of the property would like to name that road, that access point that goes down to that. So it's basically just a road name. It's not required to be that way, but if they wanted to name it, that's, that's a process we have to consider. So the name that they would like is a family name. It's Nicholson Way. And that one's in your packet as well. So, and that would actually only serve R14 lot 38.
That seems kind of fun. I don't know what's in there.
Right.
The only thing on there is the solar farm.
Mhm.
For now, that's the only thing on there is a solar farm. So, correct. And the access is through, I believe Maine DOT has control of Manktown Road.
Yeah.
So they've already gone through the process of getting that approved through them. It would just be a matter of having that road name and it would be more for our benefit than Maine DOT. It's not gonna change anything on their side.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Favor?
For now.
Sure.
Just stay right there.
Okay. I didn't know how far we were.
You're next.
Yeah, that one is the executive,
Oh, okay.
so.
Okay.
Is this 11-1 in?
Yeah,
Okay. making
he's
sure.
moving that
Yeah.
into executive.
Oh, okay.
The also legal fund, I would say that falls under legal responsibility. Do we have a site to that? You have your,
I get it.
you got it?
It's 405
Just look at me.
right here,
Legal matters.
4056E.
60. Let's make it that, and add a personnel in there too,
Okay.
and that would be. 406A. 405-6A.
Before we move on to that, move on to agenda items for the next meeting.
Do you want to have John in to talk about transfer station, or do you want to do that during budget?
We probably should do it before budget.
Okay, because he has time to come
Did
and,
we, does he have all this stuff?
he's working it.
And then we're gonna follow up on the state stuff.
Yeah, we can have roads discussion that night, and I'll have Will here pending no snow.
To talk about the state plowing, state road
Yep.
plowing, yeah.
We have 2 public hearings,
Yes, we got a public hearing for a liquor license, right?
And,
liquor and GA.
and general assistance update the ordinance.
Okay,
And then Kate has one thing as well.
Just getting this like max every meeting, good thing.
I just put it on, but it's escaped me. If you need to know what I can.
I don't
look at.
even know, it. You know, we don't even know. I'm sure you'll let us know.
We'll find out relatively quickly, I'm sure.
Anything else? Anything else you
Not to
think
my
of?
knowledge.
Okay, with that said, I will move we adjourn to go into executive session under 4056E legal matters and 4056A a personnel matter.